Hey guys, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. We are going to be doing a coolant expansion change on the NC Miata. These are known to be one of the main kind of Achilles heel or failure points for this vehicle. I'll show you what it looks like now. So here we have the two in comparison. This one is starting to yellow as it is getting old in the age. So all we're going to be doing is removing these, making sure not to make a mess of all the coolant, and swapping out with this new one here from Moto Racing. This is an aluminum one, should last longer than the car, honestly, and it's just something to do while you're there as some preventative maintenance and insurance. If this does go and the coolant starts going everywhere, this guy gets hot and starts scalding and melting itself, it's kind of wraps for your motor. So you want to make sure that this is done. I know a lot of people like to put it off, but most of the time I say 1 out of 2, you're probably seeing someone have these swapped out, either a new OEM one or one of these. We're going to swap that in and see how it goes. So we're taking off the cap currently on the OEM. It's a little finicky with those little teeth, but it should pop off. And I did notice I am missing a nut here, so I will try to source one of those for the install. We are doing this the silly way since we don't have a turkey baster, but we are quite literally just using a spray bottle to try to spray out as much coolant as we can. I think it's a good progress, but my hand is risking all the tires, so we're switching out. But the more we take out now, the less it's going to drip out in the bottom, because there is one of the little tubes and the direct underside of this guy. So once that's about as close to empty as we can, we're going to take it off, put the new one in, fill a new coolant, and we should be good to go. Okay, we're going to be removing these two with the pliers to squeeze out, release, squeeze out, release. Thankfully, this car is still pretty fresh, so I think I can reuse these. This guy's just a relief valve that goes out into the atmosphere, and then there's the one in the bottom, so I'm hoping it's a pretty quick job.
If I remember correctly, removing some of these tubes might be a bit of a pain.
So it looks like we're just grabbing these little guys and moving it back a bit. We're going to have to convince them to slide off. So it looks like we got the first one off, just massaged it nicely with a screwdriver going around. It seems to be kind of sealed onto that lip. And then once you kind of give it a little way, try pulling while prying. I'm not trying to, of course, rip off this silicone hose. Voila, that is popped off. So we have this one. This guy's also going to come off. As I said, just vents out into the atmosphere, really simple. And then we have the one on the bottom holding it together. So in the meantime, I can work on removing these screws. I believe there's only these 2. Should have been 3, but that's all it's holding them. All right, so I believe we're going to try to remove our battery here just because it's kind of in the way. Don't want to get too close and get this all wet. So we're going to do that and keep going. We are removing the battery now, just disconnecting the terminals, popped it out. We're going to try to take out this case too to give us some room. Okay, we realized we did not need to take out those screws. We just had to kind of massage this out and take out the positive and negative terminal leads of the battery. This gives us enough room now to work inside of here. So we're going to quickly snug these back up and then move on to removing the bottom portion and putting on the new coolant tank. All right, so we see right here, that's what we need to unclip to get to the bottom. It's going to make a mess, but it should be good. All right, we're going to try to seat this down here to catch, if anything. Might be a useful way to contain some of the mess, but we'll see if this works or not. All right, so now we are removing this. Okay, we have thus removed it. It goes in there pretty deep, so now we're going to get our new one over there, do the reverse, and we'll fill it up. Okay, new tank time. So we're going to try to slip that in nice and gentle. And once it's on there, we'll slip up the retaining clip. I did hear it was pretty difficult for people to do that, but we'll see if that's not the case here. And then we're removing the retaining, I believe it's a C-clamp or some type of clamp on the way back up.
I can't remember if I reused this on mine.
If not, then to figure something else out. Okay, so we just worked on slightly massaging it. 2 hands definitely helped here, having a person hold this while it was spinning it. We just kind of keep rocking forward until we got to the spot where it was before, hoping this holds and we'll be okay. Now we're going to add the other 2 and that relief air pressure one, and we should be good. Okay, and like that, I just slid these back on. Not too bad. Hard part's gonna get probably this guy back on. Just gonna tighten it up real quick with the 2. You think it'd be better if I use that one here in the meantime?
Good for that, yeah.
Yep, since I'm missing one of these, it's kind of obnoxious. I will find online and fill that up. I'll snug them nice and tight, but this thing looks beautiful. So we're gonna get this in, add the little relief guy here, and then we'll fill it back up with some coolant. All right, we are tidied up here, added the relief, added these two. Make sure not to put it directly here because it was loose. We put it right in between that nipple area, so it's much harder, yeah, to get rid of, just to be safe. Okay, we are filling up our coolant now. Drink up, little guy. Very steady hands. We have a sight glass on the other side to see how much we need, but we should be okay. All right, and as you guys can see with the sight glass there, it is about gobsmack middle, so we're good to go. You want to just clean up this area, put the battery back, and we call this a job well done. I could say not really too bad. We are rushing because I do have to go somewhere, but overall, I think it's not a bad idea. To do this, of course, like I said, it's pretty much insurance to make sure that nothing goes wrong with this guy. Double make sure that everything is connecting good. We check there's no leaks, and I'm obviously going to make sure I'm checking this over and over, make sure nothing's happening. We should be good to go. So we're just gonna button this up, and I call that a job well done.
This is the OEM one. If you want to use the OEM on the Moroso tank, you just gotta clearance the tabs here a little bit, bend them out just slightly.
Yep.
Because the retaining lip here is a little bit thicker.
Yep.
Just want to tweak that a little bit, and it will fit just like OEM. And you're good.
Boom. Awesome, guys. Awesome stuff. Hey guys, forgot to do an outro for this part of the video, but just want to say a job well done. Thank you so much, Nish, for helping me out. I was mostly doing the camera work here as he's a bit more experienced doing this job already, but I don't think it was too bad if I were to do it myself. Definitely would take a lot more time, but two people did help make this go a bit smoother. So that being said, I did do a drive after just to make sure that everything is all buttoned up and good, and we did a comparison to what he had on his car, his NC3, and it was all good to go. So I might try out the different cap I did. I did get one from Fab9, but the OEM works, so I might just keep it that way. But overall, like I said, I think it's a must-do mod. You do not want your motor to overheat and pretty much weld itself together with doing that. So I don't mean it in a way of scaring folks, but it is something you should definitely pay attention to, as I know it has affected a lot of people in the forums. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you want to help me stay motivated and work more on this project and see more content, please be sure to check out the membership options I have down below for the channel. I believe we already have our first members, so thank you so much for those who are there to support me and this car on its journey. So stay tuned for the next video. I'm super excited, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Feroz Moto out.